9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Welcome to the podcast from Dug Ground Up Productions with hosts Lady Miz and Ray. This is a universal platform, and there is nothing off limits. We talk about it all, and we keep it real. This is a no judgment zone, so come as you are. If you are a professional, entertainer, author, comedian, entrepreneur, or just someone who wants to get something off their chest, well, let your voice be heard here on From the Ground Up Productions. Sponsorship and other opportunities are available from Dug Ground Up Productions. Turning nothing into something. There's only one way to go from here. And now, here are your hosts, Lady Miz and Ray.
Yeah, y'all. What's up, y'all? Happy Monday, everybody. It's your girl, Lady Miz, and I'm rocking out with my co-host, Ray. He's behind the scenes right now, but he's still going. You're going to be chiming in from here to there. Every now and then. Okay, there we go. Yes. Today's topic, we are talking about the struggles that re-entering citizens have when trying to integrate back into the society. And the purpose of this conversation is so that we can all do better with knowing how to deal with things and deal with people and deal with situations without judgment. So, we had a little technical difficulties on the first one, so we had to restart. And I hope if you can hear, please let me know if you can hear me. You can hear me? Okay, good. So I ain't got to go through all of that. You can hear me. All right, good. Let's get Shaquille up on there because I do not see him up on there. So let's get him on there. There we go. All right. So first, what I'm going to do is, what's good, Godson? I see Detroit is in the building. What's poppin', son? Yes. Let's go and you guys introduce yourself, and then I'm going to talk and say a little something, and then we're going to get into these questions.
Okay, my name is Rick Mel Webb. They call me Webb. I did 18, I've been in and out of jail for 18 years, off and on, for drugs, alcohol, a little violence here and there, but that's mainly, and I'm from Harlem, and I'm just trying to make myself better in this whole situation, move forward in life. I know I made this, but I turned it around, and I got to my mindset, and I'm going to the top, and that's just my mindset, whatever it takes, and do it the right way.
All right, that's what I'm talking about. Now, can you hear him clear? I just want to make sure. What number is he? I want to turn him up a little bit. Number 2. Okay, let's just turn that up a little tiny bit. Just talk more closer into the mic if you can. Next, let's introduce Big Cuz over there. Let's go.
Yeah. Hello, everyone. First, I want to thank Ray and Teresa. And
Whoa. Hold up. Pump the brakes real quick. Let's pump the brakes. My name is Lady Miz. I don't know who's running the government right now. Like, what's really good, yo? Who the hell is Teresa, though? So let's bring that back. Let's rewind that. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the ground up. This is the ground up.
Exactly.
I want to thank Lady Miz and Ray from the ground up productions for having me here today. I spent a lot of time actually. I hope that season each shared, people to respect one things and stuff like that. My life and maybe understand, how this is, we come in and out.
Absolutely.
Just stay tuned in.
Go get it. Yes, we're going to talk about it all. Listen, if you tune in right now, make sure you share this live. We can't really share it like that. So we ask you when you come on to please share it. What's good? Godson, I appreciate you over there on YouTube. YouTube really count. Facebook, though, we know that. Nobody wants to do, so I'm coming in with you quick. So before we get into these questions, right, I want to first thank y'all for coming and having this conversation.
Thank you for letting me have to be here. Thank you.
Yes, I think it's important and one to just be authentic, you know what I mean?
Right.
And let the people know how you really feel. This show is not about sugarcoating nothing, so I just want to make that clear.
Absolutely.
We keep it straight gully on here. You heard that? intro, okay? You pay attention to the intro. All right, good. So, me, mine, one of them, okay. Okay, how's that? That's good, or it's still echo?
That's what I'm hearing on the out here.
Reverb on the black. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Okay. Tell me how it is now. Does that sound better? What's good, T Chemistry? What's good, Harlem in the building? What's good, Lady Z? I see you, Mama. Let me know if it's still an echo. I'm not playing that right now, so y'all hear.
It's not an echo. That's the difference.
Okay. So what's causing that?
That's all the mics around.
Oh, so let me bring it down some. Let's do that. Tell me.
Yeah, this just got to speak into the mic.
Okay. How is that? Is that better? Well, you gotta let me know. Okay, so listen, please let me know if this is better. Who is this on here?
Yeah, it's way better.
Yo, I don't know who that is, Alabala Gali, whatever, but don't be coming on here asking people for no money or no cash app with those scams, okay? You ain't doing my people like that. So don't do that over here. We're gonna block you, son. Don't come over here with that. Still more, okay? Because you know what it is? I talk loud too. I'm like a loud. Y'all, they're so soft spoken. I be like, yo, what's good, y'all? I know. Let me tell you. Oh, it's me. So he's saying it's me. I'm the problem. Okay. All right. So let me. Okay. All right. How about that? Too low. They're laughing at me. How's that? Are we good now?
You might be the one causing the reverb.
He's trying to blame it on me, but it really might not be my fault though. So let's see. You know what I'm saying? How is it now? Okay. When he was talking, did you hear it?
Turn him up a little bit.
No. What I'm saying. Okay. All right. Keep us updated, guys, if you can hear. So now that we have the intro, I just want to say that what's up, Karen? I know he's spamming. We ain't feeling that. Don't be spamming on from the ground up. Let me just give a quick little backstory. One thing is I want to tell people that I work with reentering citizens. I went back to the place where I was first locked up at that juvenile detention center, and I was able to she put the middle finger. I was able to go and talk to the kids there, and it was a blessing for me. So I know, and I could kind of relate to a lot of things that people go through. A lot of times people can judge and say a lot of things because they can't relate. They never been through it. They don't know what it's like. They don't know the struggles. The only thing they do, some people in their own little box, and they expect perfection from other people when they're not even perfect themselves. You know what I mean? So again, like I said, y'all know, if you read my book, you know my story. If you know me personally, you know that I've been in jail, I've been in group homes, I've been in lockup, so I've been through the system as well. So I do understand the struggles and even the mindset of dealing with things. So,
and may I add something to that? And she also came to visit me too. She was about 12, 13.
A few times.
Came to visit me, so she already knew about the struggle way before.
All day.
Okay.
All day. I absolutely get that. Me, I got the picture. Sing, right? That's right. I remember. That's right.
Lady Biz.
And you already know. Okay, so listen, let's get into this. I'm gonna start with questions. I don't know if y'all want to start with anything personal, if you want to, about yourself. And I'm going to start with questions, but you can always go off and do your own thing. So the first thing I want to know is, I'll start with you.
Okay.
Rick Mill, I'm sorry, let me address you correctly.
Yeah.
I want to start with Rick Mill. Can you tell me, I know you just got out not too long ago, correct?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
So right now, tell me what it's like with dealing with adapting to society. How do you feel about that?
I've been in and out I did Violations, and this is like that was my third bid. And I was in group homes, and I was in DFY, and I did that till I was 18. But coming out, it's always a struggle, you know what I'm saying? Because you always go back to what you know best right away. It's easier for you, you know what I'm saying? But it's a time when you just get tired of it, and you just want to change. And before you all be in for one, so it's important for me, saying in my struggle, to make that to make that move. So, you know, it's hard with family and children and, you know, just adapting back to the society and people just trusting you. You know what I'm saying? It's hard for an individual to trust you even being a stay at home, or you're just gonna go back and resort back to the same things you always do. So, you know, it's just a lot, you know, and you stick with your, you know, you stick with your guns, you can make it. You know, you just gotta put your mind to it. You know, everybody got like a rock bottom, and you know, get tired of it, and you know, things like that. So, you know, it's a lot, you know, but you go through it and you finally just realize it and just take the steps in the process to get through it.
Okay, all right, okay.
Real quick on that, because being trust, you said trust. Did you find that like the biggest issue with coming home?
Yeah, absolutely. Because you know, you got friends that's doing certain things, and you got other friends that's doing certain things. You know, and depending on the person, you know, some people just got nothing but negative individuals in their life, and then you got individuals that got positive individuals, but they don't want to be around you because of what you're doing in your life. So, you know, it depends. So now that's the people that you want to, you know, get the trust out of, because you know it's longevity in that. Jail is no good, man. I hated it. But I live with it, you know, I'm a survivor, so, you know, and I ain't never let it break me, you know, so I'm just, you know, then I just take it step by step, and I just keep it positive, just have a positive outlook on life, and you'll get what you want to get. I've always been like a go-getter, getting money, and, you know, living a life, but you can do it in the best way you can, so, you know, that's what I'm testing out right now, and I'm going through it, and I'm taking it step by step, you know, doing the process.
All right. Okay. All right. So, gotcha. That's better. Okay. All right. We're gonna move on to Shaquille. Now, the question is, Shaquille, how is it for you when you got out? How was it, and how is it adapting in society, dealing with everything that's going on? How did you deal with that, and how are you dealing with that?
Right. You know, actually, I was quite surprised how well I dealt. Was able to lock up since I was 9 years old, and since 9 years old, and I spent very little time in society up until I was 42 years old. But I think while I was away in prison, I think what helped me is I was very observant of people that were going in and out of prison, correctional officers, counselors, you know, others just coming in and out. I used to watch CEOs and seeing how they used to just do overtime and work. And then I go on these little hospital trips, and I'll be seeing their little cars and stuff like that. And, you know, and I just sit back and I lay back and I say, you know what? You know, okay, this is how you do it. This is how you get that work ethic. This is where that work ethic come from. Like just watching and observing and seeing how they doing things. So I said, you know, when I get out, this is something that I have to do. You know, get a job, work. Maybe this is what's going to keep me out of here and keep me coming from getting back in. Reading books is another way to help me adapt when I got back out into society, because book reading gave me a picture, a view of the outside world and how people do things and how they move and make things happen for themselves. Reading magazines, talking to people coming in and out, and just watching the mistakes that a lot of brothers was making, going out, coming back. I kept telling myself, you know what? We'll be coming out in life. And I also realized that I came in at a young age. You know what I mean? I wasn't cognizant of a lot of things that I was doing, but understood. I didn't understand the consequences. I was impulsive. And a kid that's 16, 17 years old, that gets himself, most kids that are 17 years old, they're compulsive. They don't really know the consequences of their actions and things like that. So I actually grew in prison. And like I said, I was very, very surprised how well I adapted. I got out, I found a job. I mean, I had several jobs. I was working, saving money, just doing all the right things, just trying to stay positive so I wouldn't have to go back again. You know, so I could say it wasn't very hard. I'm surprised.
Okay. All right. Okay. That's what I'm talking about. That's good to hear. For me, even though, you know, I never was in prison, I only, my steps ended in jail, I would say. That was my last stop. But for me, it was more changing my thinking right? And then changing the people that I was surrounding myself with. Because I'm gonna keep it real. See, I don't know about y'all, but for me, when I'm not saying it like that, like I don't know about y'all. let me be clear. Like I'm not saying that y'all not keeping it real. I'm just saying that for me, when I was going through phases, when people were good, they were boring to me. I was like, they ain't doing nothing. They not like I'm used to this life. And when I got around the other people that were not in that lifestyle, I looked at them as being corny, and I looked at them as being boring. Right? Now that's me. I'm boring, right? Because but I'm living a better life. But the thing is, like you know, sometimes adapting means changing how I think, right? And then changing the people that I'm surrounding myself with, and making sure that before it was about how many people is here. Like I used to have parties with mad people there. Now I just want little gatherings with a few people because the quality is better. Quantity. You know what I mean? So that was the biggest thing for me.
You got to prepare yourself.
Exactly.
You prepare to fail.
Exactly. So let's talk about echo again. Damn, what the heck? We gotta get this echo fixed because I don't like this echo. Are you listening?
Yeah, I hear it.
No, we don't. But I'm talking about the people listening.
Oh, people making comments.
Right. They say they hear an echo.
You know what it is? They're confusing the echo with the reverb. It sounds the same. It just sounds like a whole lot of air. Because your voices are reason. I have to lower some of the mics. Go ahead, y'all continue.
Okay, so we're gonna get into the next question as far as reconnecting with family members. Do you find that to be a struggle with doing that with anybody, rather be parents, siblings, cousins, nieces, nephews, whoever? Do you think that it's a struggle to do that? How can I say this? When you came home, did you feel like it was open arms, or it was like standoffish when it comes to family?
Well, yeah. Well, for me, yeah, absolutely. Like the children, definitely like standoffish at first for the first couple of days.
When you say the children, who are you referring to?
I'm talking about my daughters and my son.
Okay.
Yeah, it's standoffish. They don't know really who you are. Like, you know what I'm saying? They don't know what to expect. So, you know what I'm saying? That can be like a challenge in itself. Just for the first couple of weeks, and then they start to really get to know you. So you don't really get to know them right away. So, it's a process again. You know what I'm saying? You gotta take steps to it and you get to learn and you get to bond with the individual and just, you reaching out to get that relationship, you know what I'm saying? Try to figure out, what's going to be the most effective way to move forward, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And, I show every day still. I don't get home, like a month and 3 weeks, almost a month and 2 months, you know what I'm saying? So, that's what that been. But with my other family, yeah, they kind of, a lot of them are standoffish because they used to be in and out of jail. They ask you questions like, jail or something like that. No, I don't like jail. I just like the lifestyle I was living, and the process of that. You know what I'm saying? That's the result that happens. You know what I'm saying? That's just part of the lifestyle. That's part of the game.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So yeah, so that's how it's been.
All right. Okay. And you, Shaquille?
Yeah. I felt that some of my family relatives were a little skeptical and leery about my intentions when I was coming by. But all I wanted to do was just give a hug and tell them I love them, because I wasn't really looking for anything from any of them. I just wanted to let them know that I missed them, I loved them. Every day I realize, even now, that every day I'm out here, I'm winning.
That's right.
I didn't need nothing. I didn't want nothing. I just wanted to be around my family because you appreciate those little things when you're away.
Absolutely.
And I miss that, and that's all I wanted. So if they were, if they were a little standoffish or whatever, I don't know, but that's what I was thinking, and that's how I kind of felt. But it wasn't
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that in situations like that, when you coming home, you do have to kind of like give people time, right?
Yeah.
Because I don't care what you say. We live in a time, everybody's judgmental. People judge you for everything that you do, and they judge you for every mistake that you made, right? Which is going to bring me to my next question. Double jeopardy. Let's talk about that for a minute. We're going to start with you, Shaquille. Because
speak into the mic so that we can hear you clearly.
yeah, come closer to the mic. And matter of fact, while we doing that, I want to tell you your camera's there, so you could look at me if you want. I mean, am I cute? but if you want to talk to the people, that's your camera. If you want to look directly to them, stay with you look up here. Okay, that way. I mean, but we can look wherever you want. But I'm just saying, if you like, when I talk and I want them to, you know what I mean, I talk there. So anyway, my question to you is this. I'm talking about double jeopardy. And what that means is you did whatever you did, you get locked up, and you're serving time. So you're paying for what you did, in a sense, right? Consequences. You come out and you still have to keep paying for what you've done. From other people, right? From other people judging you, from other people not letting you move on and live. Like, that is an issue. Talk to me about are you dealing with that? And if you are, how?
Well, yeah, I have dealt with that. And I say that because a lot of job applications I had to fill out, a lot of interviews I had, a lot of people in my community that knew about my past and knew that I had done some things in my past. It was always before me. No matter what I did, no matter where I went, they always had that stigmatization before me. Like, I couldn't move forward. It was always, okay, we're gonna let you go here, we're gonna let you go there, but understand, you know what you did here. And
well, what do you mean by that? It clarify the here and there's, and we know, so that we could really understand what you're saying. Give me more detail.
Okay. And like you said, just from the ground up, we don't sugarcoat nothing here. All right. I served 24 years for rape. I went to prison, and I got out. And a lot of areas in the community that I lived in were not allowing me to stay there, to be myself, to grow and go on. They didn't know anything that happened to me 24 years ago when I was 16 years old and was arrested. But yet, no matter what I tried to do, no matter where I went, it was always before me. Photos in the community of me, registration, you name it. It was always before me. I could not do anything that would be productive and positive with my rehabilitation and my reentry back into the program. That's what I'm talking about. There's just certain things that they do to keep you from moving on. Although you served your time, although you've done programs, although you paid your debt to society, they still put these things in front of me, and I couldn't move on. And you had kids that were just babies. They didn't know anything that happened back in 1989 when I was arrested. They didn't know nothing about my case. They didn't know nothing about the injustices that went on in the court and so forth. But they hear one thing: oh, this guy did what? He was away how long for this? Oh, he must have did it. He must have did it. And when situations like that arise, it makes it very difficult to do what you need to do out in the community.
Okay, yeah. All right. And I think that dealing with something like that, because that is something that I think people were always judged for. And you were young. You know what I mean? You were very young. You went through what you were going through. This is not for me to tell your story, but your childhood growing up was not an easy one.
No.
You understand? So having a childhood and then as a child, because still, that age is still a child at that age. You know what I mean?
Right.
So as a child, you went through what you went through, and you still, to this day, even after 20-something years, it's something that continues to follow you because people would never let you live that down.
Never.
So that's an issue. That's that's an issue.
Never.
Now, what do you say to parents who would say, well, that's a serious allegation. Like, I'm not, the hell with that. That's serious. And I'm not going to, take it easy on the situation. How do you respond to that?
Well, I tell these people that, I tell people this. If you feel that way and you think that way about me or anyone or myself, I let them know that you need to know that I understand that this situation will never happen again. Okay, if you feel that way, I can reassure you that while I'm out here in this community and out in society, that this thing will never, ever happen again. I know that is not true. I know that there was injustices done to me when I went to court when I was 16 years old, when I went to trial, okay? But if you really feel that way and think that, I'm letting you know now that something like this you will never, ever hear about something like this ever again about me here in this community. That's all I can tell you.
Okay. All right.
All
right.
That's it.
Okay. So now we're gonna move on to you, Rick Mill. Double jeopardy. Do you think that you are facing that with friends, families, people in the community, and your peers? Do you think that you deal with that on an everyday basis when you're out there, in the community?
For me, I don't really believe I have that type of issue. The only issue I have with it is probably like the jobs, like trying to go get a job or whatever. I never tried to even get a job or anything like that. I just always hustled and got money selling drugs, and I know a lot of different people. I'm like a businessman anybody, you know what I'm saying? So it's like I always make my moves and make different moves in different sections, you know what I'm saying? So and I worked in good areas, Columbia University, FGM, I went to college and things like that. So it wasn't really hard for me, you know what I'm saying? I just know that people just had to just give me, just trust me and give me a little time. Things will work its way out, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel now. Like, I always just look at things positive, and that's how I take it, that's how, I live life, and eventually things will happen, you just gotta just get the trust out of you.
Okay, so since you mentioned the jobs, let's take that to be the next question, and you could go off of that. Is it a struggle to be able to get out here and find a job for someone to hire you? Do you think that that's a struggle for you, or has it been easy? Or are you still, looking for somewhere to work?
No, I'm not really looking for anywhere to work right now. I got a little couple of connections with different people. I got a lot of little interviews coming up, little different things that are in place, like, modeling with those and things like that. So, I'm not really looking for that. And I also got, I'm doing my programs and things like that. So that's taking a lot of time now. I'm taking care of my son and home and things like that. So, I'm at this moment, I'm not looking for it, but I'm still trying to do a lot of business propositions and things like that, and networking, and I'm on the phone all day, and social media and things like that. So I'm finding my way. That's what I'm doing.
Finding your way. Okay, adapting.
I'm adapting and figure it out.
All right. So
doing the legal thing.
So with that being said, when it comes to surviving, is it easy or is it difficult?
For me, I've been blessed. You know what I'm saying? I'm fortunate. I got people that help me out, from me helping them out back in the days and things like that. So I'm in a fortunate situation. So I don't gotta go throw bricks, or I ain't gotta go put myself in a predicament to go back in the same, predicament. I'm not gonna do that. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
I just sit home and I study and I take care of my son and I help him study and I do the things my family that I'm supposed to be doing. But I'm networking every day because I want to, I'm gonna find a way.
Okay. All right. Some of these questions I need clarification on who. When you say ask him, please be specific on who him is. I don't know what you're talking about. Shaquille, when it comes to finding a job, when it comes to surviving, how is it affecting you?
Okay.
Positive, negative, just let us know.
Right. No, that's good. I like these questions. They tough questions. I love them. Yeah, no, but as I was saying earlier, I've been very fortunate to be able to find jobs and get jobs. I heard a lot of brothers coming back in and out while I was doing my little bid, my bid, 24-year bid. And they said, yo, Shaquille, they ain't got no jobs out there, this, and that. And then when I got out after 24 years, the very first week I got a job. And I got another job. And actually, I was working 2 jobs when I got out. And then I was getting jobs after jobs. And I was moving up. At first, I got one at McDonald's. I was working midnights, which opened up the day for me to look for another job, which I found was a construction job. So I was working midnights at McDonald's. I was doing construction. Then I had a little industrial work injury, went on cop, and after I got off of comp, I started working as a lifeguard. From lifeguard, I went to janitor, and I started working 2 jobs there. I worked at FedEx for a while through a temp agency. So my point is, I hear these questions, and a lot of people keep saying over and over again that it's tough finding jobs, getting out. It's not. In fact, a lot of these jobs want to hire guys that are coming out of prison because they get a tax write-off. Okay?
Oh, really?
People don't know that. Yeah, yes, they do. A lot of companies and jobs that get a tax write-off, so they want to hire guys coming out. And I just tell people that are coming out of prison, don't be discouraged. There are jobs. You can find jobs. You can work. Don't be lazy. Take care of your kids. I know that child support is hard sometimes. You want to make excuses or whatever it is. Don't make excuses. Go to work. I know it's tough, but think about what you did when you was in prison. You could work for 5, 10 cents, right? We was working for 10 cents, 25 cents an hour.
Oh my God.
That's deep.
You know what I mean? In prison. And you come out and you talk about you can't work, but yet you in prison, sweeping floors, mopping, taking orders from the CO, and all that. And now you out here and you don't want to pick up a broom. You don't want to sweep the sidewalks and things like that. Come on.
Real quick, anyway. We had 2 questions.
I'm sorry.
One of the questions, if you guys don't mind,
go ahead, Brad.
They asked it, would you mind telling what you did?
They did.
Yeah, I know, but I guess somebody
for me, mine's been drugs. You know what I'm saying? Cell indictments, conspiracy, drugs again, possessions, 4th, 3rd degree, 2nd degree, 5th degrees, all types of drugs. And I got a couple of DWIs too. That's what I do.
Yeah. I'm glad you said that because I just said I was in jail for rape. Let me clear this up too. I was 16 years old. My alleged victim was 27 years old. So, I'm not fixated on kids. I'm not a pedophile or nothing. She was older than me. So I'm gonna leave it like that.
I just wanted you to specify your age on that so that people understand you was a child.
Yeah.
Right? All right.
All right. And what was the other question?
Another one was asked,
Ask him, did he want to ever do what they said he did after he came home out of frustration?
I couldn't see it behind the words.
So
for me now, my mind just changed automatically. This last 6 years I did. I'm not going back to selling drugs ever. Like I don't want to back into jail for 1 second. So you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna find a way. I'm gonna work if I have to work. You know, get where I gotta go. So, I got a lot of connections, so I'm gonna be able to be good for predicament. I'm gonna start doing a lot of speakings and things like that. Taking classes right now for public speaking and things of that nature. So that's gonna be my platform. So give that to the children. Sorry.
Yeah, he answered that.
I answered that question already, but if you don't mind,
Well, no, we're not going to keep repeating stuff because we got to move on to this other thing. So, what my question is, how do you feel? And this is a question mainly for you, Shaquille. When you look at these people, they have movies about innocent people and whole life taken away due to someone claiming something happened or they raped. These people spend years in jail and then they get out and then come to find out that it wasn't true, but it was different things in the story. And now they're making a lot of different movies. What's the guy's name? When They See Us.
that was the Central Park 5. It was another guy, a football player, that happened to.
Right, and somebody else I forget. So, you see these things happen, and again, before the story, they're already criticized, right? The people already judge them. All of these things happen where the family turn on you, everybody turn on you, and then until let's say something comes out, and then that's when everybody want to feel sorry. But your whole life has been affected by that. You understand? So when you see stories like that, do you connect with it in any kind of way? When you're watching those movies, do they affect you emotionally? Do they make you angry? Or have you even seen these type of movies?
Yes, I have seen these type of movies, and I've even had a friend who did 26 years in prison and was exonerated through the Innocence Project, which a lot of brothers and sisters are today through DNA. When I see this, I actually get upset with myself that I didn't work harder in the law library when I was in prison. One of the big reasons is in the beginning of my bid, I was illiterate. Basically, my reading, my comprehension wasn't too good, and I was not too comfortable about talking to inmate law library clerks about what I was in prison for, because once I tell them, I didn't trust them. They'll go and say, "Yo, this dude's locked up," and then somebody will say another thing like, "Oh, he raped a little girl," or he did, and the whole story will change. And they'll look me up, and then now I got a situation when I go back to the block or something. Everybody know this dude's a sex offender, da-da-da. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of reasons that hindered me from. I wanted to work hard at proving my innocence a little more, but it was kind of difficult. And to answer your question, when I hear about this and see cases like this, what I tell myself is I should have worked a little harder proving my innocence instead of doing the time and getting out. But I'm just happy with myself today that I am out and I'm doing well and everything's going great.
Okay. All right. That's good. Okay. All right. So my next question is this. I would like to know what you learned in the process. I'll go to you first since you just started. Tell me, is there anything that you learned from being locked up that you didn't learn or know when you was home?
It's a lot of things that I learned being locked up. That I didn't know how segregated and how just how tough it is in prison with correction officers, even with the individuals just themselves. You know what I'm saying? You got this closed-minded individuals, you got open-minded individuals, and you got these certain type of individuals you're just not going to connect with, you're not just going to have a relationship with. You know what I'm saying? And everybody thinks differently. So, it's very difficult, especially when you're in a dorm setting with 50 or 60 people, and everybody has their own moods and everything. So it's tough. I learned how to adapt with every type of different situation, person. I I learn from each individual. So that's tough one.
So let me say this too, because I don't want to forget this question. I don't have it down.
Okay.
What is it like dealing with the COs behind bars? Do you feel that they abuse their power when it comes to certain stuff? It's crazy because I have a lot of friends that are COs now and cops. Like before, I used to be like, wow, y'all would have been the ones arrested me, right? Now I'm like, damn, I'm cool with these type of people now. But again, it's because, again, changing, my atmosphere, but at the same time, no disrespect, and this is not to the ones that I know, but some of them could be the most grimiest, crookedest ones there, right? So I'm just curious to know how you did you have to deal with that in there? And if you don't want to talk about it, you can pass up. But I just want to ask about that because, a lot of times you see people in there and you got to go through a big struggle just dealing with the COs by itself. So that's why I want to touch on that.
I'm saying the COs is probably the worst, they divide us up all day in America. They do, you know what I'm saying? You got racist COs, you got different COs, legitimate COs, they're just harsh on individuals. They don't give you a chance, or they judge you right off the back, and and depending on where you're at, like if you're upstate in those type of areas, you know what I'm saying, they're not around a lot of people that's from the city. You know what I'm saying? So they're just harsh on you, and they work in teams. They're like a gang in themselves. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And they could be ruthless. You know what I'm saying? Especially when you're like in a box or.
Give me an example of what ruthless means. So tell me what that means.
They could set you up with weapons and drugs, and they could even send a hit out on you. You know what I'm saying? In certain ways. You know what I'm saying? It's just how those COs are. They don't want to see you succeed. They write tickets, and on the ticket it's nothing that you did. You know what I'm saying? They do that a lot. And it's crazy because I asked a officer that one day. I'm like, why you didn't write what I did? You know what I'm saying? He said we were trained to do that. So
trained to do what?
Trained to write the ticket that way. You know what I'm
Basically
saying?
lie.
Just lie. You know what I'm saying? On the ticket. So and there's people that was in that was in harm's way, and they was like, I need to leave the dorm, and they say, nah, just stay in there. And see this kid get cut up and and stomped out, and then they make the move and take him out the dorm. So yeah, they're absolutely ruthless. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of ruthlessness, and you got to deal with that every day, and you just see it for what it is and learn from it, never go back.
All right, your turn.
Well, I'm gonna tell you right now, Lady Miz, they all bad, and I say that because the ones that wanna be good, their hands are tied. They're not gonna go against the grain. If a CO write a ticket, if a CO say you did this or that, you'll never ever see a CO go against another CO.
It's like the cop.
Exactly. They beat you down. They set you up. They line you up with weapons. They do all kinds of stuff. So in the beginning of my bid, I stayed in the box. I ain't gonna lie. I was catching mad tickets. I stayed in the box. I used to curse police out all the time. And, but then as I got older and grew up in prison, I started to realize that I'm putting myself in the jail. You see what I'm saying? Why don't I just try to make my bid comfortable as possible? You know what I'm saying? Go to the honor block. At least they got little stoves there. I cook my little food, get my little packages. Because like every time I catch a ticket, I can't get no package from home. If I catch a little ticket, I can't go to commissary and buy. All they're going to give me is a limited commissary buy. That means toothpaste, soap, deodorant, and that's it. You can't even, I don't smoke, but you can't buy no cigarettes. You can't buy your cookies, chips, whatever, you know what I mean? The regular store buy. You can't get none of that. You can't get none of that. So actually, I was doing myself a disadvantage by beefing with these pigs. Beefing with these COs. All right? I need to just avoid them.
It's no sugarcoating. You want me to curse to show you that?
You know what I mean? I'm doing
Sit fuck down on that. You know what I mean? Go ahead.
I'm doing put myself at disadvantage.
Okay.
So I just said, you know what? All right, CO, and I just kept it moving. You know, all right, CO, because I know I got to go to commissary. I want to get my locker filled up with, you know what I'm saying, my little snacks and food and all that. I ain't gonna be all fucked up for a whole month with no commissary, not like that.
Right.
So I started growing. I started learning that, you know what I'm saying, it's no win with these motherfuckers. There's no win. Leave them a fuck alone. Keep it moving. Motherfuckers say something, just let it go. And that's another reason why it's been easier for me on the streets now. When little shit happen, I know how to walk away from it now. Because all the shit that I had to deal with the pigs, the police, while I was locked up for 24 years, how am I going to come back out now and try to be tough with my own brother on the street or try to get smart with somebody in the store or whatever? Ain't nobody, matter of fact, ain't nobody oppressing me out here like they was doing behind the walls. So chill out. Get out of that shit and chill out now. But yeah, the police, they ruthless, man. They ruthless locked up. They write tickets like what's the name again, sir? Yeah, Rick was saying, you know what I'm saying? They write tickets and they be putting all false information on the ticket. Like they hit you with like 3 or 4 charges. And then when you go to the T hearing, go before the lieutenant, the sergeant or whatever, they might find you not guilty, whatever. But just one charge, that one little like direct order charge or at a place charge or whatever it is, they'll make it stick. And then you know what you got to deal with after that? 6 years from now, when you go to the parole board gonna be asking you about that. It's still be in front of you after 6 years. They're gonna look at that ticket and deny you parole for 2 years just because this motherfucker lied on the ticket and said you were upstairs when you wasn't supposed. All I did was go upstairs and yell at my man, come out and play basketball tonight. We got a game tonight. I run downstairs. CO said, give me your ID card. Go to your cell. You locked up. Now you go to the parole board in 6 years, and the parole board saying, oh, you out of place. But the parole board don't know exact what happened, what really went down. All they seen is, oh, he might have escaped or something. He probably was trying to escape or something. All he did was go upstairs and say, yo, come outside, yo, we're going to be playing ball. So, you know, it's crazy. It's crazy.
That's crazy. It's crazy that, you know, people, I mean, I know some CEOs, and not for nothing, like my daughter's boyfriend is a CEO, right? But I know that he's a good person. And when we talk, he always says like, yo, I try to bond with the people. I try to talk to them because you're in these positions.
You must be in county.
I don't know.
It is, right?
I don't know.
State is different. County, yeah,
maybe. I don't know. Yeah. But you know what I'm saying? He said it is different.
Yeah.
No, I just felt like, you know, that you got people that get these jobs and they go in these areas and you think that they're there to do their job and to make it, you know, not make it hard. I understand that jail and prison is not supposed to be a fun place. But my thing is, it's abusing your power. You know what I mean? You're still dealing with individuals and human beings that have feelings. It doesn't matter. You're not the judge. You understand? Only God is the judge. Who are you to come in there and think that now this is what I'm gonna do and this is how I'm gonna treat you? Because why? They think that, and this is going to the family or to the next question. They think that nobody cares, right? So my next question to you guys is: do you think when you was locked up that your people and your friends and your family forgot about you? Did you feel forgotten about? Talk to me about that. And who you just talked? We're gonna go with you.
Yeah. You know, people.
Mel, sorry.
Yeah. People have. I'm saying it's out of sight, out of mind. That doesn't mean that they don't care for you. You know what I'm saying? It's just that that's the lifestyle they're not living. You know what I'm saying? You put your own self in your predicaments. That's what you get. That's what you got to pay for. You know what I'm saying? Everybody has a life, and you know it's a struggle. It's a struggle out here. So I totally understood that in a sense. You know what I'm saying? The people that you actually helped and took care of. You know what I'm saying? And you know, yeah, that was kind of like neglected on that part. You know what I'm saying? They didn't look out. They didn't even make a call or send $1. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, that's been, you know, that's how I feel like, you know, I've been neglected in that thing, in that style. So you know, that's affected me.
Okay. All right. How about you, Shaquille?
Well, it depends. Like, you know, there was a few cats that I, you know, felt some kind of way about them not reaching out to me because, you know, they were my childhood friends. And it wasn't coming to check me. Especially, I was at Sing Sing, and I was living in a town that was like right across the TZ Mario Como Bridge, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
And I was real close to home, and they wasn't even coming to check me. But, you know, throughout the bid, I was, you know, making little moves. You know, I bagged a couple of chicks, you know what I'm saying? They came to check me or whatever. I had a few visits. I got married, you know what I'm saying? I got married on my bid. I had a few trailers and stuff like that. So that was good too, you know what I mean? But for the most part, I feel like, you know, there could have been a couple cats that could have came through and kicked it down, you know, kicked the door down a little bit more than what I had and whatever. And I also said too, you know, I came in mad young, you know what I'm saying? I was 16. I always told myself, if I had came in as an adult, a little early, you know, a little older, I probably would have had, you know, a shorty or whatever, you know, in my life. I mean, I was 16. I wasn't in like no like serious relationships or nothing like that. I was in. Like I left my lady and we was living together before I went to prison or things like that. I was young, so that was I had to understand that too. You know, I was young, so it's making it hard for me to find somebody to come see me. But I'm gonna tell y'all this story real quick. It's funny. I told somebody on the street one day, listen, man, you know, I'm trying to get a girl, you know what I mean? I'm locked up, I need a little companionship, ain't nobody coming to see me. So you know what I want you to do? I got this index card, right? I'm gonna put my name and ID number on it, and I want you to go to the store and put it on the Kotex box. So,
oh my God, he did.
So, I mean, I know females gotta go do a tampon.
He's shooting his shots on the tampon.
I'm lonely, come see me. Oh man, it never worked, but it was worth a try.
I can't. Now, listen. It was turning. The wheels were turning. He said, "I'm a part." Listen, that's very creative, yo.
Real quick, I'm gonna tell you. When I hear you guys, it's a lesson for these young cats out here to be running out here talking crazy, especially out here wanting to do things for other people and land their ass in jail for them same people. Like, oh, fuck them, you know, just leave them for dead.
Absolutely.
So, y'all
put the camera on yourself when you talk.
Y'all tell us, let these kids know. You know, it's nobody gonna be there for you when you up there.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
That's right.
The reason why you do that is because when I don't know if it's picking you up, so I just want it to show up on here, okay?
Yeah, most women is deep within the year. You know what I'm saying? They do that first couple of months with you, and then they going after that. You know what I'm saying?
So is that a struggle with it? So you bringing up a good point. Is it a struggle to stay in a relationship with someone when you're behind bars?
Absolutely.
Did you find that to be a struggle?
Yeah, because most men are emotionally. So, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, the arguments on the phone and who they dealing with and who they fucking and who they doing this and who they... See, I don't never worry about that. I don't, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm going to just do me when I come home anyway. It don't even matter.
What does that mean?
You know that's for me. I'm going to do the best for me.
Oh, okay.
I know I'm doing the right individual to be in that lane with me. So,
okay.
And they're going to win at the end, though. So, I ain't about that. So, that's been like, you know, but I that's why I tried to find the right individual to, you know, be there for me no matter what. Like, you know, just love me for who I am.
Yes. And Shaquille, how about you?
What's that?
Wait, let me go back to it. Oh boy, what did I just
I think I answered it.
You answered it already? No, he didn't. I'm trying to repeat the question. What did I just ask you? That I'm trying to answer.
No, having relationships with.
Oh yeah, the relationships. Oh, okay. So you did kind of touch on that already. Yeah, it's difficult to, you know. Did you find it difficult to maintain a relationship being behind bars?
He answered that question.
Well, you kind of answered that already.
Yeah, he was 16. You know, 16. He said he didn't have a relationship. You know.
Oh, the concept.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, so let's talk about the relationships that you built with the brothers behind bars. Do you feel that you have more of a bond with them than you do when you come out with everybody else? Do you feel like they're your family, or is it like, nah, them dudes is bad, like I'm getting away from them, I don't want to? Or did you build a bond with the people behind bars?
Yeah, always good bond because you're around these people all day. All day, you know what I'm saying? You get to know who they really are in a sober way. You know, when they get out in the streets, it can be quite difficult because I've done that, you know what I'm saying? Where I dealt with people who was real good behind the bars, and then when I came outside, come to find out they were addicts and things like that. That can destroy the whole relationship after that, you know what I'm saying? And they resort back to what they were doing, and that's when you can't really trust them anymore, you know what I'm saying? So, for the most part, you know, you find good individuals and positive people. Yeah, it's positive people, and people that you can actually team up and be better in life. And then they're on the right track. That's cool.
Okay.
From the ground up. From the ground up. There's only one way to go from here.